Good morning. Bitcoin's absolutely pumped in the last 24 hours after Jay Powell, Papa Powell, cut interest rates by 50 basis points, 62,976. Let the games begin. Diving straight in. Good news, bad news, I'm not really sure. Fred Krueger, there will be no more 58K gang. It's over. Not coming back. Ever. I'm not quite sure, and maybe it's a little bit of shell shock, but I'm not sure if I believe Fred on that. The 58K gang, they are incredibly powerful with what they have been doing. But let's actually dive into the news. So yesterday we showed a little bit of a clip, Donald Trump pretending to pay for Bitcoin with a phone on the Lightning Network, and there's a whole lot of FUD around it because somebody else did it for him. And shout out to everyone watching live, watching the replay. But what Donald Trump's gone on to say in regards to the rate cuts shows the economy is very bad, that they had to cut that much just after making the first Bitcoin transaction. So it's a 17-second video. Good morning to everyone watching live, watching the replay. I was meant to have a guest on this morning. He didn't show up, unfortunately, which is a little bit sad. But if you can smash the like button to get this video out there to the people that were waiting on that other stream, greatly appreciated. I should actually cancel that other stream, but we will hit play.
Sir, what's your reaction to the Fed cutting interest rates today?
I guess it shows the economy is very bad to cut.
Sorry, let me bring it up full screen.
Sir, what's your reaction to the Fed cutting interest rates today?
I guess it shows the economy is very bad to cut it by that much. Assuming they're not just playing politics, the economy would be very bad, or they're playing politics, one or the other. But it was a big cut.
It was a big cut, and they probably are playing politics. And something is probably going wrong at the same time. Hopefully you do have Bitcoin just in case. The market has acted pretty favorable to that interest rate cut. I thought we might have had a bit of a pullback. And it's still possible over the weekend we do. But at the moment, we're at $62,963. We almost got up to $64,000 in the last 24 hours. That's the number that we need to break. If we're range bound between 62 and 64, to be expected, 64, and then we can go higher, back up to 69, but 63,857. So close, but no biscuit with the last 60,213. Chart's looking pretty sweet. 58K gang, I'm not sad. I'm not sure if I'm sad or not if they have gone away. And later on in this video, I'll tell you how you can get this book for free as well. It's a signed copy by Joseph Vogel. Pay attention to Bitcoin. But continuing on, remember that report I briefly showed 2 days ago in regards to BlackRock? Forbes has commented a little bit more on it. And I guess why BlackRock's putting out that information, we'll get into it. But the Bitcoin price has climbed to over 62,000, well and truly, hitting 63, nearly 64 per Bitcoin, with traders now turning to a China shock and awe earthquake. And we're going to dive into something hilarious out of China at the end of this stream, a little bit of a meme. After the Fed surprised traders with a 50 basis point cut, kicking off what's expected to be a fresh liquidity cycle that could put the Bitcoin and crypto market on the cusp of a major move. Yesterday definitely was the signal of the beginning of the end, I guess, or the beginning of such a glorious pump, number go up. I think, though, it's good and bad. Inflation is going to get really bad for people without hard assets, which is a little bit disconcerting. But at the moment, BlackRock, now, as fair as well, the US dollar is on the verge of a total collapse. The world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, has warned of growing concerns around the spiraling 35 trillion US dollar debt pile that's predicted to drive institutional interest in Bitcoin. Larry Fink, the biggest capital allocator in the world, is saying pay attention to Bitcoin. Authors are saying pay attention to Bitcoin. It's amazing that the Bitcoin maximalists were right for so long. They're going to continue to be right for their rest of their lives. And you got people like Larry Fink, Uncle Larry Fink, saying exactly that. Get Bitcoin just in case you need it, because there is a little bit of concern. The spiraling $35 trillion US debt pile. And Bitcoin adoption, it's just happening around the world at such an accelerated pace. And I think it's going to continue to accelerate. Maybe that's the word of this cycle, accelerate, acceleration. It's the acceleration cycle. And I think with the ETFs being here, Larry Fink's turned into our marketing manager. The work Michael Saylor's doing with institutional investors, maybe we are in the acceleration cycle. But just in, $500 billion commerce banked off of Bitcoin and crypto trading. It's just another one down. So Michael Saylor, he did put out some math. He's put out a calculator. We've got American HODL here diving into it, and just the power of DCA. And in the last chat with the other stream, we were talking about when you're in Bitcoin for a long time and you're DCAing and you continue to do it, that DCA is not adding percentage-wise to your stack. But then Gargoyle chimed in, I believe it was Gargoyle chimed in, and said, it's like a bucket. The dripping water, you walk away and you come back and you realize how quick it's filled up. But if you just sit there and watch it, it's just so small. But putting in a small amount each week, based on Saylor's base case predictions for 2045. So it's all the way till 2045, but $20 a week. If you save $20 a week, you'll end up with $1.2 million, $50 a week, $3 million, $100 a week, which is, for most people, I guess, in Australia, should be able to come up with $50 to $100 a week. So somewhere between $3 and $6 million, $500 a week, $30 million, $1,000 a week, $60 million. Now let's get properly bullish. New Saylor's bull case prediction of 49 million per coin by 2045. $20 is 3.6 million, 59 million, $100 a week. Just $100 a week, 18.2 million on the bullish case. If you can save somewhere between $20 to $60 a week over the next 21 years, you'll end up with somewhere between 1.2 and $10 million. That's if that plays out, but it's not impossible, and really it just depends how fast they print the money. And I think what Jerome Powell signaled yesterday is that money printer it's warmed up, it's ready to go, they're ready to go. They're just looking now for an excuse to fire it up and inject a huge amount of liquidity into the system, which is obviously going to be absolutely amazing for everyone that's been stacking, putting in the proof of work. For anyone that doesn't have hard assets, that living paycheck to paycheck, I think they're absolutely fucked, unfortunately. And I don't think there's a nice way to say it. Excuse the profanity. But that's just a PSA. Apple faces EU warning to open up iPhone operating system. That's pretty crazy. Apple has really been proud of the fact that they're a fairly secure operating system. That could all change with that. So I do know Tony from the Bitcoin Way has talked about Apple. He obviously used to work for Steve Jobs there. So if you've got any concerns with your Apple device, maybe just don't keep large funds if you've got a hot wallet on your Apple device for whatever reason. I guess that goes without saying. Switching gears, sometimes you just need to remind yourself that you only get this one life. This one chance to live your life to the fullest. Do not waste it on those who hate you. Opt out and take back your time and energy. Bitcoin and self-custody will provide the life you want and deserve. You're not too late. 100% you're not too late to be able to just buy, stack, and chill. Because these days, we're back above $63,000, but the $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 days where it pumps to the upside, Jerome Powell signaled that yesterday. In my opinion, that's more certain than it not happening. The probabilities are extremely high, and I think even by the end of the year, it's possible we get a $10,000 daily candle. If it happens or not, does it really matter? The higher the price, the less Satoshis we get. That's the way that I think about it, at least personally. If you've got your Bitcoin on the exchange, you need help, you just want a little bit of education, the Bitcoin Way, today's channel sponsor, channel partner, Tony and the team, absolutely epic, 25 years cybersecurity experience. If you've got any, like we were saying, doubts about your Apple iPhone software, you can reach out. Tony did used to work for Steve Jobs. They can help you with wallets, nodes, buying Bitcoin, Bitcoin privacy. I guess what's pretty important with this attack on free speech, misinformation, disinformation is KYC free Bitcoin and KYC Bitcoin. Nice to have a little bit of both. If you need to find any ways to go about it, you can talk to Tony and the team. Or just find out how to get your Bitcoin off the exchange so you actually hold and you stay that free sovereign. individual, but there's a link at the top of the description there for everyone, or you can reach out to them at thebitcoinway.com. Cynthia Alumnus. Now, as for a politician, absolutely incredible, I think, the work that she's doing. It's hard. Like, politicians are just people, and there's good and bad. I guess predominantly they get in there for self-interest, but Cynthia seems to be doing some pretty cool stuff and really pushing back for our right to self-custody, really massive Bitcoin advocate. And here she's chiming in on Bhutan. Another country joins the Bitcoin race. America needs a strategic Bitcoin reserve as soon as possible to remain a financial leader in the 21st century. Completely agree, but absolutely well done for the work that Cynthia Alumnus is doing. There are people fighting for us. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Bitcoiners are absolutely crazy. Bank of Italy right now, there is a Bitcoin flash mob. Study Bitcoin. Obviously, there's circulating around before it happened on X yesterday, but for it to be able to play out. And it's pretty cool. There's a lot of people. Let's not dox them too much. They've done that to themselves. But how epic. I like the masks, the anonymous masks. Now, we are at block height, 862,016, but are we really? Let's hit refresh and see where this is at. We are. Indeed. 862,016, $63,018. Still above 1,500, but just yesterday we're at 1,661, I believe. I think it was a palindrome. Or maybe that was the day before. But the sats per USD, they are dropping. If they go higher over the weekend, that would be great. Fees, they're still nice and cheap. 1,587. Let's check out the hash rate. What's it doing? It's dumped down another 14.46%. It's been a pretty wild, volatile week for the Bitcoin hash rate. It's like down at 11.54%, up about 25%. Yesterday was down 3%. Today's down 14.46% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin Buddha in the house saying, I've been keeping my mouth closed for fear of being run out of town for my thoughts. It's pretty interesting dealing with normies. They're just so stuck in the matrix. And it's really not hard just to be able to exit. Or even if we're, like I was thinking about this last night, there's these layers within the matrix within matrix. And you can go in there, and if you stay within the fiat system being the matrix here for a little bit of context. If you stay in there and you're earning money, and then you're feeding back into that system, you're going to stay stuck in that bubble. If you get on to Bitcoin stand, you're outside the matrix, but you jump in and you extract that fiat to turn into more Bitcoin, you're weakening the matrix and you're empowering yourself. That's the way I see it at a basic level. But when you're dealing with people that are just the sheeple people that just are so asleep that they think Bitcoin's this magic internet money, it's too good to be true, it's a scam or whatever, and they're like, I'm just going to save in fiat, they're never going to be a free sovereign individual. Unfortunately, I don't think so, at least with everything that's happening, especially with the misinformation, disinformation bill. And the block, it's still running a little bit slow. Yesterday was about that as well, 10 minutes and 40 seconds. This was so cool. Yesterday you could buy 69 sats, 6,969 sats for $4.20. Can't make this stuff up. Bitcoin is the meme. Life is a meme. I was going to save this for a little bit later, but it is ready. Rare Jerk, which is a beef jerky. Just really quickly, this is a passion project that I've been working on for a long time. It is finally here. Gourmet beef jerky. It's available, rarejerk.com.au. If you want to check it out. If you want to pay in Bitcoin, reach out to me on X. I've got a whole lot to be able to ship. For somebody that buys some today, I will chuck in this book when I send out a whole lot of packets as well. The original jerk is my favorite flavor. I'll bring up the website. It's something we've been working on for quite a while. It is made in a award-winning restaurant by Michelin star chefs. So it's the highest quality ingredients that we could put into it. The flavor's absolutely amazing. It is all handcrafted, small batches as well. So this has been taken a really long time to be able to bring out and get everything in place, and the flavor test and stuff. It's been enjoyable, the amount of iterations and stuff that we've gone through to be able to do it. But what Bitcoiners are probably interested in is the Rare Jerk manifesto on the website here for the meat eaters out there. Maybe not, the manifesto is probably not for the vegetarians in the community. I understand that's all good. It's your body, it's your choice. No stress at all. But if you do like a high quality jerky snack, obviously I'm biased, but this is pretty good. So check it out, and I will be shipping someone Pay Attention to Bitcoin today. With that, this is just a meme. This is absolutely funny, but in regards to China, the Chinese zoo had to, I'll get rid of the sound. They had to admit that their pandas were dogs, that they died after one started panting there. That's absolutely amazing. They're so cute. They're not Pekingese dogs. I can't remember the name of them, but what do they call them? Here, these ones. Absolutely amazing. Well done to them. But I guess that just goes to show the distortion that happens everywhere around the world. It doesn't matter what country we're living in, whether it's a business like that trying to distort people's perceptions, or it's the government or academia or the mainstream news and selective groups trying to push through this false narrative. There's this chart going up, actually, that I would like to share on, like I shared it on X. I'd like to share it here today. And I believe it was a study by Harvard. But check this out. This is crazy. So this is a rabbit hole, whatever the party holds to be the truth is truth. It's impossible to see reality except by looking through the eyes of the party. That was O'Brien in 1984 by George Orwell. So misinformation experts, they largely lean in a single direction politically. This skew will, and does impact which information is deemed legitimate or not. Whether this is factually accurate or not, I believe it's pointing to the truth. And did it actually come out of Harvard or not? I'm not sure. It does say misinformation.view.hks.harvard.edu, so I'm not sure. They've totally cut out the right, so no misinformation from the very right and the fairly right. Maybe the slightly right, there's a little bit. I think people that are on the right side really just don't care what other people say, because they're willing to be able to challenge you. Maybe they want to get into a verbal argument and they're happy to be able to have that discourse and conversation. But I agree with this. Unfortunately, the very far left and the fairly left are the people that want to bring in these dystopian laws, and they are the misinformation experts. It's absolutely insane. What are your thoughts on that chart? Jason Mercer will get some. Will hunt deer, not exactly the same, but wildlife is wildlife. That sounds good. Deer jerky. Let's go. Let's get some. And where are we? 62. Again, dropping back under. Really, with what's going on, Bitcoin is going to be volatile, I think, till the end of, probably till November, probably till the election. I think maybe we may be range bound between here and the all-time high, even if it's 58,000 to 74,000, which is such a great opportunity. Yes, it's a green day. It's still a nice buy day. But the price, whatever it is now, it'd be nice to be able to get one more flush out. That's what I'm hoping for, gunning for. I'm not sure your thoughts as a gentleman in the chat earlier that's just ready for Bitcoin to absolutely pump and melt faces, taking Buyers Beach House in El Salvador. I understand that sentiment, but the lower it is, the longer it is, the more people that can get on to the life raft and have more economic purchasing power, I guess. Like, we'll be able to buy Bitcoin for a little while yet, until they totally close the on-ramps, off-ramp with it. But the amount of Satoshis per dollar, it's like Bitcoin doesn't even need a double for it to go under 1,000. That's pretty crazy. That's that'll be a historic moment. I think that's coming pretty quickly, maybe Q1 next year. Maybe not, but I think Bitcoin is going up and to the right a whole lot higher. So my plan at the moment is just to buy, stack, and chill. Don't really worry about the price all too much. To do like the red days, personally, a whole lot better. It's I find it harder now to buy in the green days. Where when I first got in, I'd see like Bitcoin pumping, like chase after it, and chase after the green candles. Now I'm like, bring on the red candles. That's what's exciting. That's really where heroes are made. But anyone buying at these prices, I think, is doing Satoshi's work, the Lord's work. Thanks to the rate cut. Good morning, Jason. I'm going to dive into a little bit of a banter. That's pretty much the news with the fast facts. Not much is going on really in the world of Bitcoin. I think over the weekend, somewhere between price-wise, maybe we touch 58k if we get a flush out, or we're going to sit range bound, I think, for a little bit longer, at least to the end of September. If it goes a little bit higher, even range bound, if it's $69,000, it's just a rounding error at the moment at this stage. Anything, under 74,000 is just a rounding error or bonus. And it's not going to be long before we're up and to the right and explode, like more so than what we are now. I think what we've seen in the last 24 hours is literally nothing. I think probably the chart's not going to show what I'm looking after. But this is sort of like where I feel we are now on the chart, and we're about to have something like this. Sideways. It just looks like it, doesn't it? It's just ready. It has been making lower lows, but if we then pump up and get this next leg, it's sort of like that pattern there, played out a little bit, thereabouts. History doesn't always repeat, often it rhymes, and Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going much, much, much higher. But real quick banter, I've got an absolute hectic day today. But shout out to Jason Mercer, Johnny Moo. Morning all, here we go. There is no second best, Sean. Truly appreciate you. Do something, do anything. Hit that like button. Mick Lovin in the house. Earth Bum Spranza. Zig. G'day, freedom fighters. Oi, oi, oi. Absolutely love it. Greetings, brother Sean. Johnny Midas in the house. Andy. Greetings from Switzerland. How epic. Is it what season is it in Switzerland? Is it snowboarding season? EU, a dystopian nightmare coming to a country near you. Opt out with Bitcoin and Nostr. 100%. I'm reading this book called Control the Oligarchs. At the moment, it really dives into Bill Gates. Hasn't dove in so much into Elon Musk, but I think that's coming up in the book. And it's how these billionaires have gotten together, the likes of, dove into a lot of Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates, Fauci and stuff, and how they put all these things in place over decades. So when the pandemic hit, whether it was leaked or natural, they were ready to be able to profit from it, put in all their dystopian control mechanisms. And that's just sort of like step one. They've had a plan for a very long time. They've been working towards it. I believe they're still working towards it systematically. It's a really good book. I'd recommend it for everyone watching if you're interested. The guy's put in a hell of a lot of research into it and has connected all these dots. I'm really only at the start, so I can't comment on the book too much, but it's sort of down that line, retro beaver, dystopia nightmare coming to a country near you. I think that is what the WEF is trying to do with the likes of Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab are very closely connected, same with Fauci. And then the talking lines that we see, like in the EU, build back better. Biden, build back better. We had in Australia, build back better. They're just parroting the same dystopian, tyrannical nonsense over and over and over again. And I saw on X, did you see it? There's obviously, like we brought it up the other day, Hillary Clinton is saying people should go to jail for misinformation, disinformation. Like this misinformation, disinformation. It's the same talking points in Australia and the US and New Zealand and the UK. The UK has got it the worst at the minute, but it is coming to a country near us. And that's why Bitcoin is so important, I believe. Got a couple more comments to get through, but if you haven't already, if you can do us a favor and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and tell YouTube to push Bitcoin content. Bitcoin, it's cheapest chips at the moment, mate. It's a great opportunity, but fiat's dying. It's going to die for the rest of our lives. So the more YouTube can show Bitcoin content, the more people can get more Satoshis at a cheaper price before it goes much higher. So if you can help me get that out, would be greatly appreciated. Hello, mate. Exit in the house. I think that's another bull trap. Be careful. The way I see the price, and I think like everything's a bull trap, everything's a bear trap. And the price up, down, or sideways, it really doesn't matter. Anything under $1 million to me, it's just a rounding error. When do we hit $1 million? Maybe it's 2030, maybe it's 2034, maybe it takes longer, maybe we get it this cycle. I don't think so. But until then, like it's all gravy. We can still exchange fiat that's going down forever for hard money that's going up forever. But yeah, I think there could be a flush out over the weekend. I hope so. I'd like Fred Krueger to be wrong, majorly wrong. I'd like Fred Krueger's. Where is he? Is it gone? Oh yeah, I covered over it. This is what I brought out. The Matrix attack. But 58K. Like if we can bring it back, if we can flush all the way down to that and wipe out the leverage longs, would be absolutely epic. I've been keeping my mouth closed. We ran through that one. Bitcoin Buddha. Country, states, provinces, and cities all need their own Bitcoin reserves. 100%. Most need to just keep swimming. Do you ship to the USA? We do not at the moment. The biosecurity licenses to be able to ship bovine or beef out of the country are absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy with biosecurity laws. So we are looking to do that. We'll expand through Australia. They are small batch handcrafted as well. So it's not going to be in shops and everything like that. At least at this stage. But we have looked at doing that, and definitely the Chinese market with the really high gourmet product is somewhere else that we'd like to go with that. It's prime Australian beef and Angus. It's really nice cut. But the biosecurity laws, a lot of money to be able to invest, a lot of time, and to get it all tested, even more so than what we have now, where the Matrix attack is happening. So not yet in regards to shipping. Quicks here, Skippy is very tasty. And I'm not sure if Zig's trolling or not, but kangaroo is absolutely delicious. For me, though, Zig, I need to have it done. Usually I like my steaks medium rare, medium. But when it comes to kangaroo, for me, I personally need to burn the shit out of it. But I absolutely love it when I do. It's really good for you. A really lean cut of meat. And we may look at doing that for some jerky as well. And probably crocodile will be one of the next ones. Being a whiter meat, flesh, we'll see how the chefs can go to be able to protect, to be able to dry it out and do it properly. It's not we eat a little bit of crocodile here, but it's sort of just, it's not something that's common everywhere, so slow and steady. We hunt deer, not exactly the same, but wildlife is wildlife. Who was the guest supposed to be? I won't say until I can get him back on so nobody trolls him. I don't know what happened this morning there with him, unfortunately. He was all G'd up, ready to go. And then no idea what happened. He had seen the message this morning. He replied to me last night, said he'd be here. Unfortunate. It would have been a good banter. He used to be a Bitcoin maxi. He's not a Bitcoin maxi so much anymore. He says he's more of a competitionalist. So there would have been some discourse back and forth. There would have been a nice, healthy, friendly banter. And I like those conversations. I like being challenged on Bitcoin. It's nice to be able to check our own beliefs, find out where we're missing pieces of information and what we can do. Everyone needs to jump on the Bitcoin life raft if they want to survive the coming storm. 100% agree. Bercy Boar, it's good to see you this morning. I see that you're watching on X and YouTube at the same time. That's some commitment, dedication. Greatly appreciate it. If you're not following me on X, follow me on X at Sean Clarke, SeanClarke911. Yes, the news has happened. If you just tuned in now, we're in for a little bit of a Friday banter for a couple more minutes. But you get the news 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, Australian Eastern Standard Time, 7:35 a.m. We do have that podcast that I record with Dr. Sean Baker yesterday that came out. Well, yesterday I filmed it. It'll come out either tomorrow morning or Tuesday next week while we'll be traveling. So it's another good reason to be able to subscribe. But Versi, 100% agree with you. Exit in the house. I will pay that forward because I don't see a Bitcoin address. Thank you very much for the super chat there. I will find a charity to go to. Our main ones are an animal shelter. That's my main one. My wife's got two. But some people do some pretty horrific shit to animals. Like it's absolutely fucked up. And I don't know if they're in just so much pain themselves, they need to put pain and trauma onto these little creatures. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, truly? Anyway, that's where the money will go. Exit, truly appreciate it. Ruined venison is similar, not much intramuscular fat. Interesting. Jeffrey. Semper, free, fix, AZ. Unfortunately, I have no context for what that is, but all roads lead to Bitcoin. Get some. Completely agree with the last part. I don't have a Twitter account. I reached down the Orange Pill app. I need some of that jerky. Earthbrum Spranza, I'll jump onto OPA today. Mainly when I go on Orange Pill app, which is a great app, it's when I'm traveling. I sort of know most of the Bitcoiners around here, meeting a couple more. But Orange Pill app, it's freaking epic tool when you're traveling. And as for Bitcoin businesses, there's very few. I'm working on it here where I live. But OPA, Earthbum, I'll reach out to you today. It'll probably be after the gym, so about 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. I can do that. Are your DMs open on X? Yes, they are. Do something, do anything. Otherwise, just tag me in a comment and say open up your DMs, but they should be open. Most people can get in contact with me, but if you can't, just tag, comment on X there. Police Huddle. Every time I see your name, I just think of that epic free diving spot, the Blue Hole. Semper free from Maine. It still makes no sense to me. I'm going to have to Google it. Semper Fi, meaning always faithful. From the Marines. That's epic. Semper Fi. Semper Fidelis. Yeah, I'll bring it up. Is this what you're referring to? Always faithful. Latin for always faithful. Semper Fidelis is the motto of every Marine, an eternal and collective commitment to the success of our battle, the progress of our nation, and the steadfast loyalty to the fellow Marines we fight alongside. Semper Fidelis. I absolutely love it. That's, Andy, that's freaking epic. That is so cool. What a beautiful thing. Always faithful. It's the motto of Bitcoin, isn't it? Don't trust, verify, but have complete integrity and put in the truth, the proof of work and seek the truth. On that note, it's massive day ahead. Reach out on X or the Orange Pill app. You can find me there. I will tune in today. Otherwise, rarejerk.com.au. And big week next week. I will be traveling, so I'll be in a different location on Monday for the live show. Tuesday, I'll probably put out that podcast with Dr. Sean Baker. Big things planned for the rest of the week. Also, I am doing that carnivore journey, 30 days. Today's day 4 of the carnivore journey. Have been posting little clips as I explore it. I guess just documenting my own journey, how it's working for me. I truly believe without health, there's no point gaining a whole lot of wealth. Whatever optimal health is, I don't know. I haven't found it yet. I know when I eat steak and eggs, I feel the better. Eating just steak and eggs, I don't know. Today I feel pretty good. The headache and stuff's mainly gone. So you will see sort of like a bit of beef content mixed in on the YouTube channel for the next couple of days. Also, well, the next 26 days. You'll also see that on X either. If you're interested, you can watch it, you can comment, let me know everything that I'm doing wrong, which I'm doing everything wrong. First, I ran out of gas on the barbecue, go figure. Sorted out those problems, learn and grow with it. If you're not interested, just don't bother watching those videos. It's just me documenting where I am and seeing if I can get rid of this restless legs and get off some pharmaceutical medication that's driving me absolutely nuts. But apart from that, have a beautiful day, have a beautiful weekend. The Bitcoin price, it's still a great price. Hopefully we get a pullback over the weekend. 50-50 chance, maybe 58K gone forever. It's just hard to believe. It's impossible to grasp. That's reality. So I still expect maybe we come back down to 58K. If we do get above 64 though, that signals that the market wants to go high. Either way, do something nice for yourself, for somebody else. Exit. Thank you so much for the super chat. rarejerk.com.au. You can see me engage on Twitter. But thank you very much. Have a glorious grand day. Be blessed. Peace.
Everything seemed normal. Successful businesses were functioning as they usually should. Money was being placed in the bank as savings. Life was good. Nobody notices anything funny. But 2008 hits and all hell breaks loose. Everything we thought about money and the banking was a complete lie, a complete sham, a Ponzi, a scam. The whole world fell apart and a lot of people got hurt financially. And as a result of this, the Bitcoin white paper was born. But yet the same mistakes keep happening over and over again. People are leaving money on their institutions up until the last straw, FTX, when billions of dollars were lost, families were decimated, life savings were completely wiped, and people were wondering what on earth just happened. We have an option to take full custody of our funds, and that's Bitcoin. We just have to learn the process. It's not hard. It's just something we've never had to do before. Otherwise, the same mistakes are going to keep repeating themselves, and people are going to continue to get hurt over and over and over until they learn you need to exit the system in order to protect yourselves and your loved ones.